Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Rich Clark, Guide to the Right Path. And to finish off this trinity of clarity and courage, I'm going to talk about fennel seeds. And it's fennel seeds is the essential oil here, and its spiritual connotations. So fennel is very much useful to clear, decloud the mind of fog. It's very useful for upset stomachs, and it's been used historically on many cultures. So I'm going to talk about its sacral symbolism style. So it's actually linked to courage and truth. So in ancient Greece, fennel was linked with victory and spiritual insight. The staff of Prometheus was said to be a fennel stalk. Clarity and prophecy represents trusted intuition and truth speaking. I'm going to explain how that works with the chakras in a minute. Protection of the soul, used historically to ward off fear and confusion. So its spiritual energetics is the throat and solar plexus chakra because it strengthens your clear expression and your confidence of your own truth. It helps with the visionary fire, so it enhances intuition with grounding confidence to act on inner knowing, and it helps with digesting experience. So symbolically aids in digesting not only spiritual lessons, but integrating insight. Within its traditional cultural beliefs, in European folk practice, it was hung in doorways for protection and clarity. And in Roman rituals, fennel symbolized courage and purification. And with its psychological and hypnotherapy links, it supports self-expression and boundaries, while builds confidence to speak truth or release guilt and shame. So in its ritual uses, if you burn the seeds as an incense for psychic clarity, if you add it to oils for courage, speech, or transformation rituals, and in summary, fennel embodies the truth, courage, and insight because it clears fears and empowers the authentic voice of the spirit. So together, the three of citronella, which is linked to the solar plexus and the root, and then you've also got then with cardamom, you have the heart and the solar plexus, which is the emotions, to get that emotions of the guidance of self-knowing, but also the balance of heart. But then with the throat is the actual communication of that linked with the solar plexus. Now, for some people, fennel can be also used for the third eye as well, which because it helps with intuition. But I would actually say with that, with your using all with the solar plexus, that your intuition is about the knowing of yourself. So that actually works with your intuition of the third eye. So it actually is very interlinked. So with this, the citronella is the cleansing and energetic renewal. Cardamom is the warmth and heart-centered abundance. And the fennel, trust, encourage, and spiritual discernment. So this, if you put these three together, imagine you would do this. You would have a 50 mils of an oil, a base oil. Now this can be almond, olive, jojoba, whatever you want. But I would say use ones which the spreadability works really well because you can put it on your pulse points, or you can put it on your temples, or actually I would say, if anything, as long as it's not roseate oil, which stains white clothing, to something which actually you can put it actually in the middle of the solar plexus would really work really well, which is just underneath, just here above the stomach, but just underneath the rib cage. So with this, you would do, I would say with the citronella, because that's the root and the solar plexus, I would use 4 of them. With cardamom, I would use 2 because it's quite warming, and then fennel, I would use 1 to 2, but because fennel's quite strong, I would use 1 fennel, 2 cardamom, and 5 citronella. Because citronella is very grounding in that respect, so it actually grounds the others. So what it does, it just grounds it enough to make you just have enough grounding to give you that confidence in yourself, to open your heart, and then communicate them freely to do that. So as of next week, I'll be talking about the next 3. And then I'm also going to be offering of all these recipes and all these remedies, they're going to be coming in a series of PDFs you're going to be able to buy. And these will be then actually in a larger book, which will be helping with people with anxiety and certain ailments. So until then, I shall speak to you soon.